Hey everybody! Today Rena's going to show us how to make strawberry gelato.
Yes, I am.
So what are you doing now?
Just watching the strawberries to get the dirt and sediment off them. So just going to pop them over here and let them drain a bit. But first what we're going to do is actually blend the base just so it's ready to go, so we can add the strawberries when we're going to.
Okay, so what's in the base?
We've got a little bit of filtered water, which we're going to place in the top here. We've also got a few different sugars, some fibre and stabiliser. Should we go for it?
Yes.
Alright. So I'm just going to throw in the water in the top. And then place all the sugars and stabiliser in afterwards.
How many different sugars are they in there?
Well, what we're working with today is mainly caster sugar and dextrose. So they're just two different types of sugars to help us stabilise the sorbet. The next part here we need to do is actually cook the sorbet base. So I'm using a robo cook to help us do it. We set the temperature to 60 degrees. And the good thing about this machine is you can actually blend to whatever speed you like. So we just pop it on and let it start going for it. In the interim, I'm just going to take all the tops of the strawberries off. We actually need about 500 grams worth of fruit. So just give this a quick weigh.
Strawberries are looking good.
No problem?
Yes. Thank you. Oh, they're good.
The strawberries we're actually using today are coming from the Sunshine Coast. There's a little farm up there called Ashburn Farms who grow all these. So we're very lucky to be able to have them today to work with. Now it doesn't matter if the strawberries are a little bit older. The older they get, they actually get a little bit more sugar development in them, so it makes a bit of a sweeter sorbet. As you can see, this is already up to 44 degrees. It doesn't take long at all. All you need to do is just basically blend it until the sugars are really dispersed. The temperature just allows the sugars to break down. That's about it.
Okay, so all the strawberries have now been prepared. So what's the next step?
So this guy's reaching about 61 degrees. So we're just going to leave it on there just for a little bit, just to help to make sure that all the stabilisers are actually dispersed through properly and the sugars are melted. All we need is 500 grams of strawberries. It isn't that much to make 1 kilo batch of sorbet.
So we're making 1 kilo?
1 kilo is correct.
Okay.
A little bit of a secret ingredient I like to add in is a little bit of lemon zest. So we're up at temperature. It's been blending for about 3 minutes now. We can just make sure all the liquid and everything's straight back down into the mixture and hit the stop button. What I do is I turn the temperature off now. Even though it's been pasteurized to 60 degrees, I switch it off so I can then add all the strawberries in. Reason being is if you keep cooking the strawberries, you start to get a cooked strawberry flavour and it tastes quite crappy. Okay. So instead, I turn the temperature off and I now blend to make sure the strawberries are emulsified in. This doesn't take very long at all.
So is that reaching 60 degrees as well?
No, so it's already been at 60 degrees. Now the temperature's starting to drop again because the strawberries are cool. It'll actually force the temperature down again very quickly. Just turn the speed up. Get it nice and blended all the way through. It's a very quick process. making a base for any sorbets doesn't actually take very long. So switch it off, pop the lid again.
I'm gonna come over and have a look. Oh, look at that.
Just be careful with these blades. They're incredibly sharp. You just want to make sure if you're handling any of this equipment that you do it very safely, just to make sure you don't cut yourself. All right. Here's our strawberry sorbet.
And now it's time for the secret ingredient.
Exactly. Just a little bit of lemon zest. The lemon zest just to helps freshen up the sorbet a bit. It makes it taste more summery to me. So instead of having just this strawberry flavour, you now have this fresh summery strawberry flavour instead. So just a little bit is all it's needed. What we can do next is after this has cooled down a bit, we leave it in the fridge and we have that sitting there for about 12 hours just to help for it to mature. I just like to put a little bit of Glad wrap on top. It just means that without a lid, nothing falls into the product and it actually cools down faster. If you put the lid on, it can force this to actually start to ferment.
And why do you need to mature gelato?
If you don't mature gelato, the stabilizers don't disperse properly through the mixture. So maturing it allows all the stabilizers and all the sugars in there to react properly in the mixture. And that's pretty much it. So we just pop this away and tomorrow we'll take it out and we'll churn it.
The day is finally here. We have now waited for 12 hours and it's time to churn the sorbet. Is it sorbet, is it?
Yep, strawberry sorbet.
Yeah.
So we've now let this sit overnight. So this is 12 hours later. And we get to churn this guy out and taste him.
All good.
Just the first thing, if you're going to put it into a container, I've got a bowl here. So take that and pop it in the freezer first. If you don't, it just means that your product will start to defrost very quickly.
Yeah, we
as
don't
it
want
gets
it to
so
melt.
room-tempered. No. So this machine over here, luckily enough by us, has been provided to us by Italian Concepts. This is a semi-professional machine. Now, you don't have to use this guy here. We're just showing you in a restaurant or cafe how quick it actually is. So what we do is we pop this into the top. As you can see, it's got two blades. So if you want to come on over, it's got two blades around here. So as the barrel actually freezes, it keeps wiping the mixture back down in on itself. So we just have the front closed to make sure we don't have any of the liquid pouring out. In goes our strawberry sorbet that we created yesterday. Let's put that underneath just in case anything dribbles out. Close the top and basically press the button here, which gets it starting to churn.
Which one?
The temperature button.
Okay.
So this will take it down to about -7. On a lot of machines, they've got different settings. Now you can use a Breville bench top unit if you like. You can use a Cuisinart. There's many different machines that are available. You've even got the KitchenAid bowls that you stick in the freezer and then you churn afterwards. This machine is we're just illustrating how simple it is to use for a cafe or restaurant. So one of these machines will be able to do everything you need. It's a serious little machine. So this is what we consider a batch churner.
And how much gelato can you make at the same time? Is it 2 liters or 1 liter or?
No, this guy can actually make up to roughly, like, it takes a minimum of 1 liter and recommended maximum is about 4.
Okay.
So that's a fair amount of gelato that comes out of that. And this takes probably about 5 minutes and it'll be ready.
Okay, so we should wait for 5 minutes now?
Yep.
Okay, so we have now waited about 5 minutes.
Roughly. We've reached -7, as you can see on the front here. If you come and have a look in the top of the machine, You can tell by the texture, it actually goes a little bit whiter when it starts to aerate. That's just because of the stabiliser. Now the stabiliser has a small aerating factor in it, and that gives a better mouthfeel. So we're just back mixing it slightly, and then we're going to extract this. So I'll just open up the top, just so it stops. We'll grab our bowl that's been in the freezer. And we'll just grab a quick spatula, and we'll extract this guy out the front. So just on the bottom here is an extraction tool that this machine has, so we can open up. And you can see by the texture, so this is, even though it's a -7, when we put this in the freezer, I've calculated the recipe that at -18 it won't be too hard. It'll still be at a nice consistency, as most people's home freezers are normally set to -18. So that's done now. What we gotta do is have a taste. Most important part. Give you a little spoon.
Thank you. Quite good.
What do you think?
It's so fresh.
And the lemon zest is what
Yeah,
helps
you can
it.
taste that. It tastes like summer. Is that weird?
A little bit. So this is the final product. This is a finished sorbet. Again, you can enjoy this any which way, make it with a Eden mess, it's really up to you. Now, this here, we're lucky today. So Suncoast Fresh has provided us with all our strawberries that we've been using. Our ingredients we got from Florentina. And as thank you to the guys from Italian Concepts for the batch churner and RoboCook for allowing us to be able to pasteurize it. If you click on the link below and subscribe, you'll be able to get all the recipes and all the updates of what's been happening. Thank you guys.